So here we go, week 2 of Andy's Man Club. And last week, I'm on my way now. I obviously haven't been. Well, not obviously, you would know that. Last week I said that I felt a bit of a fraud because obviously I've got a good life for Wanda. Sometimes my and her broken parts get in the way of our lives. But I sat there and people got real problems. But this week's slightly different. It came up on Facebook today, you get your memories, and I was in court 5 years ago, fighting for the right to be a dad. And nobody should have to fight for the right to be a dad. Obviously there are some people that have children, don't deserve to have children, and all that sort of stuff. But so yeah, and then it's 4 years this week since I've seen my son Archie, and that probably is the catalyst really for a lot of what goes on in my head. Is I don't see him, and he chose to stop company. Obviously, he doesn't live that far away from me. We're in the same city, but he chose to sever that connection. And I fought for 3 years. I fought for longer than that, it's not true. Against a mountain of hate and a cruel attack to discredit me as a father. It's all about money, because that's what these people are about, money. And ultimately their lies won over, and I haven't seen my son for 4 years. So I've got something to actually go and speak about tonight, which I didn't last week. Sat there and felt a bit of a fraud, whereas this week is a hard week this week. I'm dealing with it okay, I think. I thoroughly enjoyed Andy's Man Club last week, so I'm going to go along again tonight. I can't make next week because I've got to take my stepdaughter Leah to hospital in London. And obviously family comes first. But let's go see how we get on this week. And then once it's done, I'll come back and see how we tell you how I think it went. So, part 2 of week 2 of Andy's Man Club. Now, I'm not going to go into any details of what other people have said, but 2 hours today. So it's 7 till 9. These things run nationally. There should be one near you. andysmanclub.co.uk. I can't recommend it. Genuinely can't recommend it enough. If you're a guy that's going through any sort of mental health issues, then and you don't want to talk to a professional or anything like that, I urge you to go to one of these clubs, because I've sat there. I've spoken about my issues. 4 years since I've seen my son this week. 5 years I was in court, taking her back because there was 10 breaks of a court order that ultimately I took her back for, and the court's found in her favour, which is where a lot of my damage comes from. That I can't believe that a legal system can let you down and listen and reward fucking liars. But I've sat there tonight in complete awe of some people and their honesty and the things that these people go through. And this club, family of men, there was less there tonight, 28. The weather's not great, but the sheer courage that it takes to tell strangers what you're going through is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Tonight is blown me away. Like I said, it blew me away last week. This week has just topped that. I'm genuinely astonished. I can't recommend it highly enough. If you've got an Andy's Man Club near you and you feel that you want to talk to somebody, I urge you. I thought I'd come back and reflect on last night a little bit for your information. Going up there, is it? Yeah, reflect on last night, obviously, and this week in general. Obviously, so I've stated that I haven't seen my son for 4 years. Now, people say to me, when I say that he only lives 5 or 6 roads away, why don't you make the effort? I did. I messaged him all the time and never got anything back. I've got all the messages I ever sent him without reply, and he made the decision, heavily influenced, that for whatever reason he didn't want to see me. And it's not just me, he had another family that loved him, and he chose not to, and that is as far as it goes, really. So I lived with the fact that I was rejected by my son, and it affects my mental health enormously. I bury it in a box and don't really deal with it. I don't he's always welcome. I'd never shut the door on him. Say it's his choice, but he's always welcome here. And I know if and when he ever came, the girls would welcome him as well. I lock it away in a box and don't deal with it. Sometimes the box lid opens and things spew out, and it's something that you learn to deal with over time. Say 4 years is a long time. When I told Wanda and Leah yesterday it's 4 years and this week since we've seen him, they were both really shocked. But you do what you do to get through life, don't you? That's the thing. It's I've made the best of my new life. I'd like my son in that life, but that has to be his choice now. I spent too long hurting myself, physically but mentally, and I'm not doing that anymore. So it's not that I don't love my son, because I do. It's just that he has to make that choice now, and so the door's always open for him. He has my phone number as well, that's not changed. So Andy's Man Club, I can't recommend it enough to people. I know there are other things that are doing exactly the same. There's something called Boys Get Sad Too. Anything that you think that you can get something out of. This is for somebody, again, was brought on Man Up. I said this at the meeting last night. Man up. My dad was a naval man, and man up, and it's all in your head and all that sort of stuff. And then it's only when you go through something that alters your perception of how the brain works, you realise a man up doesn't exist, and then you have to deal with the consequences of that as well. I'm very lucky. I've got a very, very sound supporting network here with Wanda and Leah and Chantel, and very good friends that look out for me as well. So I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that I'm still here, and that's largely down to Wanda. I've made that very clear that I don't think I'd be here without her. That's not saying that we're perfect. We have our issues, but you get asked the question, You get these 3 questions: how's your week, a positive from the week, and get something like, have you got anything to get off your chest? Those are the 3 standard questions, and then you have 2 sort of slightly light-hearted questions. And what the fourth question this week was, what is your coping mechanism? My coping mechanism is Wanda. I know I moan about Wanda quite a lot sometimes, but genuinely, she's my coping mechanism, and I'm very lucky to have her. Things aren't always, they're not always brilliant, but I think we're doing much better than we've ever done. So this place, if you're a guy, and I'm speaking to the males now, so if there's any females watching, I do apologise. Or if you're worried about your husband, your boyfriend, your partner, and you think they need someone, whether it's, I don't agree with counselling, that's just me. How is a guy or a woman that's never been through what I've been through, how are they going to help me? When you can sit and talk to guys that haven't been through what you're going through, but at least they're going through something. So there's a peer-to-peer support network. Andy's Man Club, I can't recommend it highly enough. I can't say I can't go next week unless we're back in time, in which case I'll go, or even if I'm a bit late, I'll still go. But I can't recommend it highly enough. And hopefully there's a place near you. So Monday, 7 o'clock till 9 o'clock. It's okay to talk.